Hello, Internet friend. Today on Value Side, why Walmart can't pay the tariffs, and to suggest they do is absurd. I'm David Ravel. Well, over the weekend, Treasury Secretary Bessent and President Trump suggested that the solution to Walmart's higher prices is simply to have Walmart pay for the new tariffs. After all, Walmart's net profit in its latest fiscal year was $20 billion. Surely that's enough to pay for any new Trump tariffs with a little left over. At least, that's what the President and Treasury Secretary would have us believe. It's an argument that I've been hearing my entire life. Usually it's used by the critics of capitalism who suggest that capitalists are so wealthy that they can afford any specific new program or expense that the critics may wish. Often, things like universal health care or basic income for all are their suggestions. What's unique this time is that this suggestion comes not from the political left, but from the politicians who ostensibly lean to the right, usually the more pro-capitalist side of the spectrum. Now, the White House is reacting to the public's adverse reaction to President Trump's universal tariff policy, a policy designed to impact all countries that export to the United States, but a policy that will hit, first and foremost, China, our most significant trading partner. Moreover, the country's largest retailer, Walmart, reported that these new tariffs will cause prices to rise in all its stores and outlets. It's estimated that Walmart receives 60 to 80% of all its goods from China. According to Walmart, the president's new tariffs are igniting a vicious cycle of inflation, and its customers are freaking out. Walmart shoppers are outraged, and many were Trump voters. The administration needed a quick answer, a way to assuage the fears of American consumers. And what better way than to point to Walmart? After all, it's rich. Remember that $20 billion in profits last year? Well, let's do a little digging to see just how rich Walmart really is and whether it could sustain the added tariff expense. Now, the Peterson Institute for International Economics reports that the current Trump tariffs on all China imports are at 32.6%. We won't go into the details of the up and down negotiations that led to this level. The latest Walmart income statement reports that net sales were $674 billion for Walmart last year. Further down the income statement, Walmart reports that net profit of $20.2 billion. Now, you've undoubtedly seen the problem. Walmart profit margin is less than 3%, a level consistent with most supermarkets, grocery stores, and many online retailers. Profits in the consumer sector of the economy are notoriously skimpy. Yet somehow, the President and Secretary assert that Walmart ought to be able to subtract a 32% tariff from its 3% margin. This is absurd. It's interesting to note that the real beneficiary of the new tariffs is not the Walmart customer, and not Walmart itself, but Washington. So here's how tariffs would work on Walmart sales. If Walmart can reduce its Chinese imports to just half of its total sales, based on last year, that would be about $337 billion in annual sales from China. Now we know that all of these imports would be subject to a 32% tariff. That means that those goods would have a tariff of $108 billion. That's $108 billion that would flow directly to the U.S. Treasury. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not against the U.S. Treasury getting more money. Heaven knows we could use it. Perhaps this is a really good way to reduce our debt. But don't try to sell us on the erroneous proposition that Walmart can somehow pay $108 billion in tariffs with its $20 billion in income. And that's it for Value Side today. I'm David Ravel. Thanks for listening.